Hello, people! Okay, so this is another rant on a TV show. Well, not necessarily a rant, and it's actually two TV shows. So, it's Tuesday night, 8:30 at night, so, yeah, that's beside the point. This is going to be really quickly, because I have to study for a bunch of tests and quizzes I have this week at school, so this is just going to be a quick little video. Anyway, so I want to be going over the two shows, Clarence and Steven Universe. They're two newer shows on Cartoon Network, and I felt that I should talk about them because I've talked about all the other ones. Anyway, so let's start with Clarence. And in the trailers and commercials for new episodes of Clarence, he says, "It's worth it." And is it worth it? Worth it? Yes. Yes, it is. Because Clarence, he talks kind of weird, something like this. I really don't know. It's kind of hard. It's like, scoop, scoop, thwow, thwow. It's kind of hard. It's like a 5-year-old or something. Anyway, so it's about this kid who's fat and has missing front teeth and stuff like that, who just goes on random adventures with his weirdo friend Sumo, who talks like this, and his insanely sensitive other friend Jeff, who's easily jealous, is just super sensitive about people touching his things, touching his food, and touching himself. And honestly, it's a pretty good show. I mean, it's definitely better than Uncle Freaking Grandpa. So, yeah, because, well, yeah, so bottom line, Clarence, it's not all bad. Honestly, I mean, the trailers, they were pretty good. However, I did have a tingling feeling somewhere inside of me that this was going to turn out as some sort of show about a complete retard like Uncle Grandpa was. But nope, that feeling inside of me was wrong. So, yeah, and I'm actually pretty satisfied that Clarence, in my opinion at least, is good. I'm assuming it'll get, it might get a second season, might get a third. I'm assuming, 2 at the least, and probably 5 at the most. That's just my, crude estimation, though. But, yeah, Clarence, it's not that bad of a show. But because there's only 4 or 5 episodes out currently, I really don't know that much more about it. I might make an update rant on it when I know more about it and what goes on. Anyway, so now let's move on to show numero dos, Steven Universe. And this show, it's actually pretty good as well. Because you may have noted that I put the word review in the title of this video instead of the word rant. Therefore, you may infer by me using the word review instead of rant that, I really am not ranting these shows, I'm just reviewing them. Meaning I'm not, gonna insult them for being stupid shows, I'm just gonna talk about them. Anyway, so Steven Universe. It's a show about this goofball of a boy named Steven Universe, and yes, his last name is Universe. So, yeah, so basically what he does is, he's got this gem from his, magical mother, who married his even more of a goofball father with epic hippie hair, and, so he hangs out with these, 3 lovely ladies called the Crystal Gems, and those 3, and Steven's mom, before she passed away or whatever happened, really don't know that much about his origin, anyway, they fight mystical creatures with gems. So one of them has gems on their hands, one of them has gems on their chest, and another one has a gem on their head. So, they sort of remind me of the Teen Titans, to be honest. There's this one that can shapeshift, her name is Amethyst. She can shapeshift, and she's like the lazy one who really doesn't give a hoot about things. She has a really messy room and whatnot. Reminds me of Beast Boy. Then there's Pearl, the uptight one, who's always getting mad at Amethyst for, goofing off and whatnot. She's uptight, she's gentle, and yeah. Sort of reminds me of a bit of Cyborg, but mainly Raven, because Raven is uptight. However, Raven isn't really that nice. Well, I don't know. It's just, these are just how I think of them. And then there's Garnet, who really doesn't talk that much, sort of has a personality, but she's kind of complex. Yeah, she's kind of a complex person. As it revealed in this one episode, she has 3 eyes. Because she always wears these, like, sunglasses of some sort, so... Yeah, they're not necessarily human, and they're, like, hundreds of years old, so, yeah. But Steven Universe, it's pretty good, and there's some other characters, like, they live in the city that's right on a beach. There are these other characters, like there's this girl named Connie, who Steven has a crush on. There's also this, kid named Lars, who, is just this teenage jerk who does get into messes with Steven. And, yeah. But one time Steven taught him how to drive a stick shift, so, yeah. Anyway, so, there are also a few other characters, like Lars' younger brother, and there's this guy with fry-like hair who works at a fry shop, and Steven and his Crystal Gem friends like to, go there and get bits of fries. They don't actually get legitimate French fries, they just get bits of fries and go like this, give me the bits, and pound on the counter. And I swear to God, this kid, he talks just like Brick from the Middle. Who knows, maybe Brick from the Middle is the voice of him, or maybe it's just a coincidence that he sounds like him. Okay, so anyway. So basically what happens is the Crystal Gems try to teach Steven the ways of the Crystal Gems. And Steven tries to teach the Crystal Gems, the way of being humans. Like, for example, when they take him on missions and try to teach him, how to fight and whatnot, and use the power through his gem. And Steven, when he, takes them to the arcade, or, plays sports with them, or has friends over with them for, barbecues and whatnot. Yeah, so there's a little bit of each here and there, and, yeah. So that's basically what goes on in the show, and that show's been out for a pretty long time, and it was the most recent show to come out after Uncle Grandpa. So after seeing Uncle freaking Grandpa, I was like, oh shoot, not another one of these bullcrap shows. And I was like, oh, would you look at that, it's actually not too bad. So honestly, both Steven Universe and Clarence, honestly, I underestimated them both, because, well, what would you expect if they came right after Uncle freaking Grandpa? So, yeah, that's basically all I have to say on the 2 shows. And, the next time I will be here reviewing and ranting TV shows, I haven't confirmed this yet, but I think it's going to be Awesomeness TV. Awesomeness TV, that's it. You may know that as the infamous show who takes advantage of innocent YouTubers and is basically a double failure of the Incredible Crew. But we'll discuss this more later. I haven't necessarily confirmed it yet, but it's most likely going to be what I'm going to be going over next Tuesday. So, see you then.